Okay.
Doesn't have to be hard. I just figured we're doing it. Like, let's do it.
Yeah, I'll post something so people know we are live. Okay. Oh, we're really live now?
Yeah, we're really live.
Oh, okay, cool. How are you doing? What's going on?
But you're not allowed to get all like wigged out. We're still having the same conversation.
I'm okay. I'm not wigged out. I do some streams on Twitch, so I'm okay. I know how the streaming life is.
No, I know. I upgraded. I mean, we just had this set as a talk, and I was like, why not just do it this way?
Yeah, I know it's a good idea. I like to do. I don't think I've actually done like a live coffee chat before. I've only done just normal. I don't know, random stream stuff where people are like teaching me something, or like streaming alone. So I haven't done like a live coffee chat.
Hey, there's a first for everything.
Yeah. What have you been up to lately? What have you been doing?
Work, lots of work, client work, TC work, dad work, husband work.
Yeah, I bet, because that is coming up pretty soon, right? So is it like stressful right now, or is you're not, are you in the stress zone, or is it still like a couple weeks in the future the stress zone starts?
If you take the conference and you back up a bit, we kind of have to have everything done about 4 weeks in advance. Mm-hmm. So you're really talking about, our deadlines are kind of July 1st-ish.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, we're in the middle of hell.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I don't know if you saw, I got a ticket. I won a ticket from James Quick, so I'm going, by the way. Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I was like, I really want to
go. Well, I mean, it's not like Texas at all.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
It's different.
What's the difference? Like, can you tell me about it?
So in Wisconsin, well, let me rephrase it. In Texas, it's new, which means that people are new, and they're new to the concept. And the venue, the Texas venue, is larger. But
oh, really? I thought the Wisconsin one was larger. That's what I heard. Everyone's like, it's huge.
No. They're both very large. It just kind of depends on how you look at it. Like, we do a lot of outside things in Texas, like the fire pits and all that. We don't do that in Wisconsin. We have a water park party. We have, it's just a different configuration. So
yeah,
we occupy more space. So that part's much bigger. Like the room that we all sit in, the mess hall in Texas, is like maybe 10,000 square feet, maybe. And the mess hall in Wisconsin's 36,000. So it's
okay. So that's pretty big.
Much larger.
Would you say it's the same vibe though? Like, I see Braden's here, and Braden was at in Texas. Like, would you say it's the same as Texas, where like you can walk up to somebody's table and be like, "Hey, let's be friends," or is it like scarier because it's bigger?
No, that's all still the same. All of that is true at a much bigger scale, and in part because the culture already understands it. So it's even more, where I think in Texas, it's a bit of like trying to get people to realize that, like, that's cool, if you will.
Oh, okay. So it's actually even more so that way in Wisconsin. Yep. Oh, because maybe it's been going on longer, so people are like, they understand how it works and everything.
It's been going on since 2012.
Okay.
So like you saw, I think we had 50 kids for Texas. Not that you saw them all at once. They were kind of in and around.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we had we already have a couple hundred signed up for Wisconsin.
Wow.
So,
Yeah. Also, I low key, I wanted to go to one of those kid events because I feel like they all looked really cool. I think there was one about like, I don't know, paper airplanes or something. I don't remember, but I wanted to go to the kid things. But then the adult things were even cooler. So I was like,
I mean, hey, what's a Chuck E. Cheese where a kid can be a kid? Is that
yeah.
there you go.
I don't know what they say. All I know is Chuck E. Cheese. I think it's gone downhill. I went there once with my cousin and I was like, oh man, this is really gross.
I mean, it wasn't exactly uphill when I went, to be fair.
Right, but it seemed more uphill when I went as a child. I was like, oh yeah, this is the place to be.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I thought we were
But
getting like good shit back then.
well, I was more into roller skating. I was like the queen of rollerblading specifically. We would do these things at my elementary school. I think it was like once a month we'd go to the roller skating rink, and they had like a little arcade, and then the kind of you can buy stuff with your arcade ticket place. So it was like that part was smaller, but they would every time there would be a race, right? And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, like get me in there and you can win like a bunch of candy. So I'd win every time, just because I was so good at rollerblading. So I wasn't really into the Chuck E. Cheese thing. I was into the rollerblading thing more than that.
Yeah. There's some funny comments going on Chuck E. Cheese where nightmares can be real.
Yeah. The animatronics are pretty creepy.
They're
but
creepy,
also
but they were like, you knew they were creepy, which is what kind of made them like cachet a little bit. Like, yeah, like it's just weird.
Yeah, but I feel like for kids, it's for some reason not creepy. It's just like, wow, that's a giant mouse.
Right. Which is creepy unless you live in New York. Sorry for those who live in New York.
Right. But by the way, what were you gonna say?
No, go.
Okay, so originally we were gonna do a normal coffee chat, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't gonna be live. So I had an idea I want to talk to you about. So I don't know, you want to talk about it?
Yeah.
I wrote it down because I'm like, I don't want to forget.
Let's go.
So basically, I've seen people do, not just at conferences, but mostly at conferences, I've seen people do these like, it's not really a promo video, but it's sort of like an interview. And so they clip all of these people together answering like one question.
Mhm.
So I imagine a lot of conferences, I don't know, I guess they all have their special things about them, but I feel like that conference, a lot of people are like, oh, it's so different. Like whenever you ask them like, oh, what about this conference or whatever, there's a bunch of other ones and they're like, oh no, but that is different. They always say, oh, that's special or whatever. So I was thinking like, what if when I'm there, I know Savannah does pictures and stuff. So I feel like it could be a separate thing. I don't know. I don't think Savannah wants to do this. The point is
get to your idea, girl.
My idea is that like, what if I go around and I talk to people and I'm like, hey, can you answer like one question or two questions? And I'm going to take a video of you and then clip like all of those answers. So one question could be like, what do you think is special about that conference?
Yeah.
And then just, ask a bunch of different people, maybe like 10 people that question or 15 people, and then clip them all together and make sort of like a short, TikTok style video. And then that would be like a promo for the next that conference. So I was thinking like, I like that question, why is that conference special? Because I feel like that's a, big thing that people talk about in general. And then I was thinking like, but how can I think people would do it without any reward, but I feel like if there was a reward, like, okay, answer this question and I'll give you a sticker or something, I feel like then people would be more willing to do it.
So I'm going to game on. Tell me how I can help. And I'll say, let's level it up. You could ask in our Slack or Discord or the folks that are on. I see Tegan and Braden and Isra, and like you can ask them what would be good questions to ask, because some of them have been around for quite a while. So yeah, whatever. What do you need? Like, what do you need from me?
Okay. Well, because I was thinking, I think that's a good idea because, like, for example, if you walk up to somebody, for example, Braden, if I go up to Braden, I'm like, hey, Braden, can I ask you a couple questions? Like, if you answer them on camera, I'll give you a sticker. And then he's like, okay, I'll do it for the sticker or whatever. And then, but I would want to not just ask him one question, because the video could be like this. Every video is just one question. So you go, through a couple people answering that same question. Yep. But in the time of me talking to Braden, maybe I'd ask him 4 questions. So that would turn into like 4 different promo videos.
Sure. Totally.
If that makes sense. Yep. And then they wouldn't all need to be in one video. Like, why is that conference special? Yeah. If I asked 20 people, it could actually be like 3 videos.
Yep.
Braden said he'd do it without a sticker. I feel like the sticker is a good incentive for shy people, though. You know what I mean? Like, if somebody told me I could get a sticker, I'm like, okay.
I think we can do better.
What do you think?
Well, I got some sweet, like silicone mugs, pint cups.
That's
cool. Give those away.
Yeah. I was just thinking, like, that was what I wanted to ask you. Like, would you have anything? Because I was thinking another good idea. I don't know if this would be hard to make. But you know how the lanyard has the things, the little ribbons? Like, what if there was a ribbon, like, I answered a question or something? No, I don't know if that's hard to make, but I think it'd be cool.
That is not hard, because we make those.
Right. Because people love that. I think that, like, the ribbon idea I thought would be harder than stickers, because I don't know how you guys do that. But I think people would love the ribbons, because people compete for the ribbons and they are obsessed with ribbons.
Wait till you see Wisconsin.
Yeah, I know. I heard about it. So that's why I'm like, people want the ribbons and they would do it. So I think even like children, if I walked up to a kid, I'm like, I'll give you a special ribbon. Like, if you answer, why do you love that conference so much?
but hold up now. You can't quite go. Let's not go creepy. You can't be like, hey, little kid, I got some candy for you.
No, I'm not going to be creepy about it.
Can I record you, little kid? I got candy.
No, I'll get some parental approval first.
Let's see. There's a few people with questions here. What keeps you coming back to that conference? Yep, that's a good one.
I like that question. Maybe I should write these questions down.
Let's see. The community is easily what keeps me coming back. Oh yeah, Ross. Ellie trying to be creepy. Yeah, I mean, hey. We don't allow any bands. Yeah, I love it.
I feel like I wouldn't come off as creepy. Okay.
No,
if I was
totally
like a
fine.
50-year-old guy, maybe.
Hold up. Hold the fuck up. I resemble that comment.
Yeah. So it'd be better if I did it, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's totally better if you do it.
I'm like in their age group a little bit still.
Right. Yeah. 50-year-old white guy with a stash of candy that he's giving out. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I have that conference stickers.
Yeah, we can. We'll certainly connect before, and we can get a ribbon. I'll just make sure that it's in the stack that we do.
Right.
It's on you to find me. I'll give you some silicone mugs or pint glasses, pint cups. I don't know really what to call them. I call them bouncy glasses. To give away, and then have at it. Like, the campsite is your oyster.
Yeah, I think it'll be cool, and then you can post them on YouTube as shorts.
Yeah,
because I think shorts are really kind of big at the moment. So
technically they're short, but yeah.
Right. But I think people like them, so I think it'll be cool. But do you have one of those like little mini microphone things that you hold or put on someone's shirt? Okay, I need one of those to do this. I don't have one, so I was gonna ask you if you have one, because I don't want to buy one. So.
No, we got all kinds of stuff. It's probably better. I give you a little shotgun mic, because then people don't have to clip anything. No, people get weird about holding stuff.
Yeah.
You basically just want to shove a camera in front of somebody's face and be like, speak, and they're like, and you're like, got it, good, thanks, I'm on.
Yeah. So anyway, But yeah, and then I have an iPhone, so I don't know. I think that's fine, but
Yeah, we can connect to that. In fact, I got a sweet little what iPhone version?
I don't know. It's not that new, but it's not that old either.
13?
I think it's like an 11 or 12. Wait.
I only ask because I have a cage. I have a cage that you can mount the stuff to, and then you can just hold it. But all that shit will be with me anyways.
It's an 11. So
okay.
I think it's fine though.
Oh, that's fine. It's totally
fine. But we'll see. We'll see. I also have a big camera, but I feel like that's just
iPhone's more than perfect.
Yeah. So yeah, I think it'll be cool. But yeah, in the Slack. So I'm in that Slack. I guess that'd be a good place to ask, or do like a poll or something, or ask Twitter.
Just ask, and people will start throwing down threads on it.
Yeah. So, but I only have a 3-day ticket, so I can only do this for 3 days.
You're good. Those are the main days.
Okay.
That's the 4th day is, or really the day 0 is workshops. So.
Oh, okay.
The majority of people are there for the 3 days.
Okay. Well, that was my idea. I think that was my only idea that I had.
So I want to ask you, since TC Texas was your first one, not that this conversation was meant to be about TC, but God bless. Now that some time has passed, I just want to once again, you did all the right things because you ended up in all the right spots. I don't know if you really necessarily realized it at the time, but that little bit of involvement from you, I think, and tell me if I'm wrong, I think paid off exponentially because it was then Ellie met this person and I was like, oh, Ellie's at the presidential suite having tacos. Oh, look, Ellie's over here. Ellie was everywhere. And just job well done. Way to take advantage of, oh, that sounds wrong. Way to take that opportunity, right? Take advantage of the opportunity. Super cool. So how do you feel now that it's been passed? How is Ellie today versus Ellie 6 months ago?
I feel like the biggest thing that I think there was a lot of things that I got from it, but one of the biggest things was sort of that connection to the community, and then how it continued on afterwards, if that makes sense.
Yep.
I saw a lot of people starting to stream, and then we would go out of your way to support those people because you actually know them in real life and everything now. And I think part of me realized that it wasn't as scary as I thought it was. So things that I wouldn't normally do before I started doing. So for example, live streaming, I definitely would not have even thought of doing that. Or even talking to you right now on a live stream, that would be extremely anxiety inducing, I think. But
that's pretty big.
Yeah, but at that, I guess because you literally just go up to people and you're like, hey, can I sit here? And then suddenly you're really good friends with them, or at least, friends. And then I think that sort of takes the anxiety away because you're like, oh, all of these people are actually really nice. The weird part that I noticed was that literally almost everybody was super friendly and nice. So if you kind of get this same idea about people, that are watching your stream or listening to a Twitter space, probably 99% of those people have really good intentions and are super nice people, most likely. So I think that takes a level of fear away from connecting with people afterwards. So I think that's one of the biggest things that I got from it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think that reframing is good. Ross says sometimes he asks himself, what would I do if I wasn't afraid? And, the people that come, they've already, I don't want to say self-selected, but you're going to attract those who want to be around, right? So the law of attraction, and thus the people who are coming are already kind of the right people, right? It takes effort. You can't just It's not like you're just gonna like roll out of bed and just kind of be like, oh, I'm at that conference, right? Like you have to make
Right.
effort to be there. And because of that, I think it's just created this culture of that. And you're right. Like I'm sure we've had some bad actors over the years, but everybody that I've ever talked to has been better than me. So
yeah, and it's just crazy when you're sitting there and then suddenly like you meet someone that you would have never expected to meet. Like I was in one of those breakout sessions. I forgot what they're called though. The table.
Open
I was at a
spaces.
table. Yeah, at open space. And then I didn't even know he was there. Like Bob Zerol, I don't know how to say it, but he does the Scrimba thing and he does the React courses on Scrimba. And I remember like taking them and being like, oh, this Bob guy is really cool. He's a really good teacher. Like I just remember thinking that, I was doing this course for a while and then suddenly like, I'm talking to people about education and in tech and stuff. And then suddenly like Bob starts talking and then he's like, oh yeah. I think he like mentioned Scrimba, but I don't even think he said he worked at Scrimba. I don't know. But then I was like, man, this guy looks really familiar. Like, you're the Scrimba guy? It was just crazy. And so I feel like you can meet some of the people you really look up to and actually like connect with them, which I think is really awesome. Yeah. So that was also a big thing for me. I was like, well,
yeah.
So cool.
The year before, through this whole process, I got to meet and I've chatted with a number of times a guy by the name of Dave Thomas, who started Preg Pub and wrote the book. How is it slipping? Oh my God, can't believe it's like my favorite tech book of all times. Wow, this is embarrassing. The Pragmatic Programmer. And he just came last year. Wanted to say hi, is hanging around, and it's just it's cool. Getting together in person's cool. Like this is cool, right? But eating tacos with you is much more fun.
Yeah, and and that's also another thing. Like being in person with people, I think that's the most kind of vulnerable you can get with someone. Probably when it comes to communication, maybe phone, maybe texting is like the least personal, and then phone calls and video calls and I don't know, like a group conversation or something, and then like one-on-one is the most personal, right? So I feel like after being at that and talking to a lot of people, then doing like coffee chat is not really scary at all. It just like removes the fear of coffee chats. Because before I'd be kind of like, oh man, I don't know this person. I'm kind of scared to talk to them. Like what if it's awkward and I don't know what to say, and or we just don't get along or something. I don't know. My brain will be full of like anxiety,
nonsense,
thoughts. Yeah, and then but yeah, after going to that and being like, oh, everyone's kind of cool, and like, since we're all kind of doing the same thing, there's definitely at least one thing we can talk about, Yeah. So after that, doing a coffee chat is not very scary at all. So I think if anything, it's good for facing your fears of kind of putting yourself out there and communicating with people.
Yeah. So you've been doing a lot of coffee chats, right?
Yeah. After I posted that, I think I have like 20 plus coffee chats since I posted that. I think now there's like 25. So
are they all going well?
Yeah, I would say like 99% of them. Well, there's not really 99. There's not 100 coffee chats, so you can have like a portion of. But there's most of them are very normal and fine and everything, and a lot of them are really fun, and then I meet someone new and it's really cool, and now we're friends. So I think like the possibility, Braden, you're not the 1%.
Yeah, Braden, you're definitely not the 1%, buddy.
Yeah, but right, Braden, we didn't even have a coffee chat. So. No, Elder, you're not the 1% either. I talked to Elder yesterday. But Now everybody thinks they're in the 1%. No. Even the 1% people, it's not that, I didn't like them. It's just that we maybe don't have a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
Like for some reason, we just don't
Yeah.
vibe. But other than that, it outweighs it. Like I think the cool people that you end up being really close with and maybe later collaborating with, like now I have a bunch of streams planned and I'm going on Sophia. I don't know if she's still here, but I'm going on her podcast and then we're going to do a stream on my Twitch. And I don't know. I have a lot of things planned from these coffee chats. Like almost every coffee chat where like we should collaborate on something, like do something. Yeah.
Nice.
And there's one person that wants to do a project together. So I don't know. I just think it's worth it. The maybe bad part that could exist. The good part outweighs it by a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's that law of attraction.
Oh no, Oopa is in the negative 1%. And Jason says Oopa is in his 1%. Now everybody's bullying Oopa. Oopa is definitely not in the 1%.
I mean, there is a lot of competing for the 1%. But
I know everybody wants to be the awkward coffee chat.
But we do know it's not Braden. So
yeah, it's not Braden.
Do you have a good opening line or a good opening question for the coffee chats?
I think honestly every coffee chat starts differently. If it's one of those coffee chats where you vibe with the person and you kind of know each other, then it's really easy and you could just say something totally random. Like, it doesn't even matter. You don't even have to ask like, how are you? But if it's awkward, I don't know what to say. Usually I'm like, oh, what have you been up to lately? And like, what are you working on? Like, are you working on a project or something? And then they tell me about like what they're building and stuff like that.
Sure.
I think that's a good kind of way to get into it. But I don't know. What about you? Do you have a good intro? I'm not good at intros, so.
I tend to like to ask questions. What's going on in your job? What are you excited about? I love hearing about people and what they're up to. I have a couple boxes of questions which get deep, but they're a little bit better for group conversations. So
okay. Yeah, I don't have like a list of questions or anything, but I don't plan that far with my questions. But maybe I should. Maybe I should get on Clark level question planning. I just usually say random stuff if I don't know what to say anymore. So
some of mine just comes from always trying to get better and better at networking and being in different situations that are like I'll be at an event tomorrow and it'll be all business owners and just people I've never even met before. So there's somewhat of a common ground in the fact that two parties own a business, but then outside of that, you're like, you don't even know where these people live. So you have to, I don't want to say come prepared, but come ready, if you will.
Yeah, I think that there's definitely some truth to that because even being at that conference for a couple of days, I think like by the third day, you're much better at like getting into a conversation. And
by the third day, you're family.
Yeah, it's totally fine. But yeah, it's like for example, if you do have a couple of questions in your mind that you're like, okay, I could ask somebody these questions, at least for me, the first time I ask those questions, or it might come off kind of awkward, like I'm kind of awkward about it. But I think if you practice that, then it comes off, much more natural. So maybe that comes with the preparing your questions, and I don't know what exactly you do. But
so what are you excited about
for that conference?
No, or in general. Like what's Ellie excited about right now?
So I'm really excited about the next 2 months because I'm going to render and then I'm going to that conference. And so I'll get to talk to a lot of really cool people. That's going to be really awesome. And also I got another technical writing gig going on. So I am excited about that. And like seeing what comes from that. like me and Sophia is watching right now.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking about it. She started doing technical writing and then she sort of got into DevRel and stuff. So I don't know. I'm kind of going with the flow here, but yeah, I'm kind of doing more like side things. So I'm turning into a sort of freelance kind of person. So I'm excited just to see what other opportunities there are and what can kind of come out of that. But yeah, there's just been a lot of things happening recently, like the render, that the writing gig thing, and then a lot of like streams I have planned. I'm talking to Upa later today. We're doing a stream about his home lab. I don't know what he's going to say. I'll probably be confused and ask a lot of questions.
Home
and I
labs
probably
Home labs have made quite the resurgence in the past 6 months. That used to be a huge thing back in the day.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. I mean, that was a huge deal. And then the cloud came, and then everybody threw their servers away. And
oh, no.
Then people tried to make little servers out of Raspberry Pis, and now we've coined them home labs. I still don't. I just got rid of my servers. I don't want any of that shit in my house anymore.
Well, I don't know much about it besides what Upa has told me. So I guess I'm going to learn more about it and see what he's doing with his many many-computers. I don't know. I think he's up to something strange in his house. I think he's doing some hacking or something. I don't know. That's my idea of what he's doing. What about you? What are you excited about?
Well, I got one kid that just graduated high school and is headed off to college. So we're getting ready for that. And we've got some travel this summer around orientation and just getting our head around all that. Schools are being finished. So the house will like transition into craziness of the summer and kind of people everywhere and whatnot. So looking forward to that. I guess this is that busy time where that conference consumes a lot of, not that it doesn't always consume a lot of energy, but the stress level, climbs exponentially. And I've got client projects and whatnot. So just a lot of work going on. So I can't say there's like, hey, I got a vacation coming up. Like, no.
Right.
I got a lot of shit to get done.
Are you feeling like more emotional than usual because your child is graduating? I feel like that's a big moment, I know my mom was like just very emotional,
Yeah, we've been in tears quite a bit. He's totally ready for it. There's nothing like, you could see all the worlds kind of align. It's just one of those where, for 18 years, he's been under the roof. For 16 of those years, we've had 2 children. Not that we're not going to still have 2, right? But that dynamic will change. So just different. I don't know. Anxious, sad, happy. How do you parent an adult child? I don't know.
I think at least after I graduated, sort of the dynamic definitely did change between like me and my parents. And now, years later, I think it evolved into more of like a friendship dynamic more than a, parent-child dynamic, at least in my mind. They could tell me what to do, but like I'm not going to necessarily do it, but I think also
Ellie not listen to her parents. I don't believe it.
Yeah. I think that at the same time, though, the like respect level changed too. I think I respect my parents a lot more than I did, when I was 18 and just graduated. And then also I think they respect me a lot more and like my thoughts and my opinions. Of course, we've always kind of respected each other, but it's a lot different. And especially with my stepdad, because I didn't really get along with him, when I was a teenager. I just thought he was annoying. Because he just has a lot of opinions about things. And yeah, like if you met him, you'd be like, oh my goodness, he's very extroverted, very friendly, but annoyingly so. So I really didn't like him in high school, but now I'm like, actually, he's a cool guy. So I respect him a lot more and understand that actually he was really like a father in my life. So I think like that comes with just becoming more mature and understanding like all the things that your parents did for you.
Yep.
Yeah.
You girls are not easy.
Yeah.
Not easy. As a father and a man, I have learned that girls are wicked brutal, and y'all are just downright mean to one another. It's crazy, some of the shit that you all pull as teenage girls. That doesn't happen on the man side of things. Kind of just, maybe duke it out and get it over with. But yeah, I'm sure I'm quite annoying to my daughter. She's told me as much. So yeah.
No, but I do think things change. Like somehow when you actually start living on your own and working or whatnot, or maybe you're in school, I think like something changes in the kid's brain, and you're like, oh, actually, I kind of get it now.
You could see it. I mean, you could see it as kids get older. I always call it the light switch turning on. You can see at different points throughout their growth where it's like, oh, they start to get this now. Oh,
yeah. Actually, I think there's, as sad as it is, the whole moving out and everything, I think there's some big benefits too. It's like, at least for me, I don't know about other people, but I feel like for example, like with my mom, I'm like best friends with my mom. She's one of my closest friends, and like I'll tell her anything. And I feel like in high school, I definitely would not do that. I don't know. I just wasn't that close with her. Maybe my brain wasn't mature enough or something, but yeah, I think that's a huge benefit. Like in the same with my stepdad, like I don't tell him everything, but we're much closer. So, and then like I can travel with my parents and it's fun.
Yeah.
It's not annoying. Like I just remember it being so annoying when I was like 17. I'm just like, oh my God, these people are embarrassing me.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we got some seat time coming up over the summer, and people are not looking forward to it. It's like,
oh no.
Okay.
Well, I'm sure they will. I'm sure they will in the future. So
in the distant future, yes.
Not too far. I honestly think it happened really fast. Like I think it was when I was like 20 is when I started being like, oh, my parents are cool actually. So
well, you'll see my kids this summer.
Oh, cool. I'm excited to meet them.
Can't miss my son. He's taller than me, which
really
makes me feel very short. And I'm pretty tall. So
I guess you are tall. I'm tall too though, so I feel like you're just normal to me.
Yeah. I'm not used to people being taller than me though, right? So when somebody's taller than you, you're like,
no, I understand. Like I don't meet women taller than me. So
right. So
it's
when
very
somebody's
strange.
taller, you're like, wow, I don't know what to do with myself.
Well, I feel like if I meet a woman that's taller than me, I feel like I want to be their friend. I'm like, oh my God, you understand my life. I want to be your friend. I don't know how to explain it. I just feel like I want to be friends with them.
Sorry,
Braden.
Yeah, I literally don't understand that life. Like I'm full out admitting, like sucks for you.
Braden over here, like, hey everyone.
So my son's got 4 friends. There's 4 or 5 of them. They may be the tallest in the school, and they're like 6'3", 6'5", 6'6", 6'4", and like when I'm standing next to him, I'm like, oh dear God, do I feel short? Like you all are just towers, absolute towers.
Yeah, that's wild. I don't. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't grow that tall though. That would just suck.
I feel like it would suck a lot more for a girl than it does a guy. I can't imagine what things like women's clothes are like. You're like,
well,
at least
yeah,
there's
even
like
for me,
dudes
I'm
big and
not even
tall
that
shit.
tall.
Yeah.
And it's hard to find pants that are long enough. So I imagine like if I was any taller, man,
Yeah, you'd be
shopping
screwed.
would be really bad. So
Did you see? I saw this. I don't know. It was on TikTok or somewhere. The girl that's like 7 foot.
No.
I don't know. She made some round.
If I was
She
7
made
foot,
some.
I'd be a basketball player.
If I was 7 foot, I'd cry. Like, you know how many doors I'd walk into every time? I'd be hitting my head all over the place.
You know, Jason said he was a basketball player. For some reason, whenever I thought of Jason, like a while ago, you know, he would do the Spaces tech commute and everything.
Yeah.
And I looked at his picture. It's not like I consciously. I feel like for some reason I just think, you know, I imagine how tall people would be, you know, just subconsciously.
You have Jason pegged as tall?
No, I had him pegged as like really short. I don't know. And then he told me how tall he was one day. I was like, oh my God, that's crazy. I thought he was like 5'6".
I haven't pegged as tall, and I don't know how tall he is. So how tall is he?
I don't remember, but it was taller than 5'6". So
I mean, that's not really saying much. 5'6"
it was
like
tall
Braden.
though. I think it was
that's
over
like
6 feet. Yeah. So Jason, feel free to tell everybody your height.
Is Braden tall or?
No, but Braden's normal, I think. To be fair, apparently I'm the average height for men in the US. So I think Braden's like the same height as me. So he's the average, right?
6'4". All right. Yeah, then.
Yeah. For some reason, Jason's face looks short though. Like it belongs to a short body in my mind. But
hey, he can have a short body. I think that's.
I know, but I just I missed him by like a foot, which was crazy. So,
but I like how he's going. I'm almost 6'4". Like I've given up on like the fractional units of measurement of my height. So,
well, that's pretty tall. So, poor Braden.
Yeah, that is. Well, I had him pegged tall. I figured he'd be around my height.
Oh,
Groot. That's funny.
I don't know how tall Oompa is though, but I picture him like the same height as me.
Yeah, I got him. I got him at 5'9".
Yeah, so pretty much. Jason, I don't know. Now that I know your height, you don't have a short face, but for some reason,
nobody's ever coming back on this stream.
Right, I'm like bullying people in the chat. I'm sorry.
Like, what the hell is this? They're talking about people's height.
Yeah.
All right, I got a few things to give away. So I got since people are coming, listen to this. I got because this was a little impromptu.
See, Oopa's 5'8". I'm at 5'8.5". I knew Oopa was the same height as me.
I was pretty good. All right. Let's see. Share this. Let's see if we can do this right. Screen. Where?
I wouldn't say he's a wee lad. 5'8" is average height for men in the US.
I like wee lad. I think that's funny.
I don't think Oopa feels like it's funny.
All right. So
Jason called him a dwarf. That's not right, Jason.
All right. So here's the deal. I've got 2 things we can give away. I've got if you live in the US, I'll send you a bag of coffee or a year subscription to Front End Masters if you use the hallway track. And here's what I want you to post. I want you to tell everybody that the next hallway track is Friday at. No, screw that. Go buy a ticket to that conference. How about that? So nobody's entered yet. Use that hashtag in your post wherever you're at. While people are doing that. Well, then Jason, you need to post, because that's what the tools make us do.
Just post on Twitter, right?
On Twitter, yeah, wherever you're watching. He's on YouTube. Just add a comment with the hashtag the hallway track. Subscribe, follow, email, all the things. So what are you looking forward to for Wisconsin? Since you've been to both, or you will have been, or you will then be at both.
I'm excited for the open
spaces.
I think those are really fun. I'm excited. I'm honestly excited for everything, but I think I remember you posting something recently about like more not open spaces, but more stuff like that. I don't know. Are you changing something about that conference?
Yeah, we're doing like we did in Texas, where we're going to do more open spaces at the 1:00 slot. So we're pulling back some sessions at that time, not pulling them all back, because there's too many people, but yeah, there's a lot. Cool. There's a lot more open spaces in Wisconsin than there are in Texas, just in part because of the history.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm really excited for the open spaces and just talking to people and hanging out and I don't know, meeting new people, I guess, making more connections. I'm thinking I don't know if Elder's still here, but I was talking to Elder the other day, yesterday, and he was like, "Oh, you should make like a business card or something." And I'm like, people don't do that. People don't really do that anymore. So I'm like, oh, maybe it's a good idea, because then they will remember I exist.
I totally do it.
I'm going to do it. I designed it yesterday. I'm still working on it to see if it looks fine, but there's like a QR on it. And I feel like that will be, because I remember my problem with when I was at that conference is like, you end up meeting so many people and following them on LinkedIn and Twitter and blah, blah, blah. I tried to screenshot to remember, like, these are that conference people that I met today. So like in my photos, I have them there, but it's hard to remember everybody and then connect with them later. But I feel like if they give you a piece of paper with their name on it and stuff, like in their picture, it's like, oh yeah, I remember this person. So I'm going to try to do that and see if that does anything. Because I am like looking for work opportunities and stuff too. So I think that will be good.
I still roll with the business cards. Mine are actually wood. So I had wood ones. Wood.
Do you have one right now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you should show us. Please give some open space ideas. Ross, are you going to be there at that conference? I think that every time they have open spaces, there's so many ideas on that board. Like, there's definitely at least one thing that, everyone's going to make a wallet and fill it with currency. Okay, Jason. Well, I'm excited for Jason's talk. I think it'll be really cool.
I just dropped it.
Oh, let's see. Cool. I like it. And also it's wood, so people wouldn't want to throw it away. They'd feel like sentimental. Yep. Like, oh, it's a piece of wood. I feel wasteful. So throwing it away. So everybody's keeping the Clark wood cards.
It's not big or anything. Mm-hmm. It's just again, it's like, I'm not going to, I hope that it has more weight to it, and you like will hold on to it. So
yeah, that's a good idea. Ross said he's going to make a photography open space. That's cool. I like that idea. I like those kind of special interest spaces. Somebody did a lock picking space, which was cool last time.
Upta, I will raffle off that conference ticket on Friday.
I really want Upa to come. I'm like voting for Upa. Please, Upa, get a free ticket somewhere. There's so many raffles, though. I feel like you'll definitely get one eventually, if you want to win one. So I'm hoping for Upa. We'll see.
Let's see. first person gets to pick coffee or
Hey, it's Upa.
coffee or front end masters, but coffee, you got to be in the United States
Yeah, Upa's
for
in
coffee.
Florida.
That's
He's a
that is.
Florida man.
So Upta, you tell me which one you want.
What do you want, Upa? You want coffee or front end masters? I think he's thinking. He's like, what should I take? Coffee. He wants coffee.
All right.
All right. So this one's for the front end masters?
Yep.
Okay, let's see.
All right, Ishra.
Yay!
Yeah, I need like
What? Like a confetti sound?
Yeah.
Or something? A blowhorn?
Upta, shoot me your DM me your address so I can get it out in the mail.
Cool. Upa, you need to tell me how the coffee is. I gotta know.
It's good. Come on, why wouldn't it be good?
I don't know. I haven't tried it.
We had it in Texas.
Was it in those things, the machines?
No.
Or where? Okay, then I haven't tried it. I'll get it next time then. Next time, Timo, you can win. I have a good feeling. See, I screamed Upa's name into the universe and he won. So next time I'll yell Timo.
The odds of winning something are pretty high.
Yeah,
even though there's like a lot of people watching. Yeah. Just gotta show up.
What are you most excited for that conference, Wisconsin? Is there like something that you look forward besides the stress? Like imagine if you could put all the stuff that you have to do aside and pretend like you're going for fun and without all that stuff.
Well, I always really look forward to just seeing people, all the people reconnecting. The keynotes are always really fun. This year we got Kent Dobbs, Mark Thompson, and my therapist. So
cool.
They'll be pretty deep. Yeah, I would say most is probably just the people. Getting to see everybody hang out. There is kind of a weird like look forward to the work piece of it, where you're the setup and everything and the camaraderie that kind of happens around that. Mm-hmm. So the kind of outside of the normal things of the conference. But
yeah, I also really like that part too, like hanging out and doing the tacos. And then also the last day when we were like cleaning up everything. And then I went with a couple of people and got like quesadillas, which was fun. Yeah, that was fun. I was like, oh, I would not have known these people if not for this. So yeah, because I think there's some people that like you naturally end up meeting. Maybe you go to the same talks or happen to sit at the same table, or some people like mutual friends or something. But then there's some people that I think it would be very unusual to maybe connect with, if not for being in the sort of setup cleanup crew situation. So there was very cool people that I met through that too.
Yeah, those times are always fun. I mean, setup takes a lot longer than tear down. It's a little different in Wisconsin because Texas, we've got kind of the schedule with the semi truck coming, and whereas in Wisconsin, everything is there. Upta's asking, will there be any game sessions in that conference? I'm assuming you're asking about the schedule. There's the schedule.
I think he's asking if people are going to play games.
If it's game night, then yes, we have a giant game night. Way bigger than Texas.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think Texas, I don't think a lot of people came to the game night thing. They were all doing other stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for the game night too, though, because I like that part.
Yeah, it's last year. I don't think I left the convention center until like 1 a.m.
Oh my God.
So
People
there
who were
was
out there board gaming.
people were gaming pretty hard. Lots
That's
of
cool.
gaming.
Yeah,
Lots
I
of
hope
gaming.
Upa, you can
I
come
was
and
tired. I
game with
was
us.
like, I got a keynote. I got to keep. There's stuff that's got to happen in a few hours.
I'm excited for the keynotes though, because they're different people this time too. Do you intentionally choose different people every time,
Oh, they're always
or
different.
they're always different?
Yeah.
Okay.
You nobody has keynoted twice, sort of.
Oh.
James might be the only one because he did like a closing thing. But we've never had a duplicate.
Oh, that's really cool then, because last time it was Danny Thompson. I was like very excited about that.
So there's a
cool.
playlist called Keynotes. Where are you?
Do you normally choose the keynotes from people who have been speakers in the past? Is that part of the choosing, or is it separate? Like, do people get some like extra points for speaking or not?
No. All of the keynotes here.
There was cornhole last time, Upa. There was cornhole in front of the barn. We had like barbecue and we played cornhole, and there was a giant.
There'll be
what is that called?
cornhole in the building, actually.
Oh, cool.
No, there's no extra points. There's no favoritism. My therapist has never spoken, but there's kind of a story here. Not never spoken. She's never been to that conference. So yeah,
that's cool. I'm excited for that. Because the sort of my favorite talks were sort of the soft skills type of talks, the inspirational ones. Because if I wanted to learn, like, learning something new is good too, but if I want to learn something technical, like I'll probably watch a video or something would be easier than like sitting in a room. But I love the ones where you like genuinely feel motivated to do something and change your life afterwards. Just you're hearing someone's story or whatever. Like after I heard your keynote, I was like, oh man, I gotta like go work out, like be a healthy person.
I scare you a little bit.
Yeah, I was like genuinely my knees. I'm worried now. Because okay, I have this really bad habit where I sit like, in the yoga cross-legged pose. Yeah. I'll like sit in my chairs like that. No matter what kind of chair, if I'm at home, I'm gonna sit like that. And recently my knees have been hurting from doing that for like 8 hours a day. Not straight, but
yeah.
And then I'm like,
but almost straight.
Hearing that, I'm like, I was worried about it before, but I'm like, it's probably fine. But then hearing your talk, I was like, ugh. I'm scared.
Good. Well,
yeah.
Do something about it.
Yeah, I started genuinely, because of your talk, I started walking a lot more outside and, trying to be healthier and eat healthy things and, care about myself and my mental health and physical health also. So.
Upta says, what's the best ticket to buy? Well, the question is, do you need food or not food? And do you want to be there 3 days or 4 days? So the 4-day ticket includes the food, and the 4 days, one of the days is a workshop, and the 3 days is whether or not you need food or not. So that's really...
I hope you come, Upa. It's going to be awesome. If you don't come, you're going to have major FOMO. We're going to post stuff and be like, haha, Upa's not here.
There you go. I've already taken more time than we have scheduled. Any like closing thoughts? I mean, it's nice to see you again. Glad you're kicking ass.
My closing thoughts are, if you're watching, come to that conference, and I will ask you questions and we will be friends.
I love it.
So that's it. I'm really excited and happy we got to do this, and I am happy to talk to you anytime also.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Well, we will get ribbons made. So let's make sure we connect offline
Yeah.
as to
I like
what
the
we want
ribbons
to,
idea.
what we want to say on the ribbon. And I'll make sure to give you some stuff to give away too. So
Okay.
you
Yeah.
just got to remind me on that one.
Yeah, if you have, okay, I don't know if this is hard to do or not, but I see people have the discount codes. I want a discount code. I don't know if I can get one. I want to do the post where I can be like, use Ellie discount code.
Okay.
Can I do that? Can I sign up for the discount code?
I will give you a discount code to give away.
Okay. And also, Jason, my mom is not actually coming to that conference, but she's going to stay at the hotel with me because she's going to the building right next to that. Or no, not that conference. No, my mom's not coming to that conference at all. She's going to Render, but not actually. She's going to a different thing. Anyway, Jason, it's not even related.
Come on. Gosh, now we're bringing in another conference. I just feel cheated on right now.
Sorry. Jason is confusing people and me.
Jason,
so Jason,
I can't even delete his comment from this. Come on. I should ban him. How do I
know,
ban
just
him?
just perma-ban him from that conference YouTube. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I will connect with you offline. I'll get you a discount code. So love it. And as always, anytime, come find me, talk to me.
Cool.
Here for you. Cool.
It was great talking to you. Bye, everyone. Bye, Clark.